Um, hey everybody, welcome to episode Who Gives a Fuck at this point of Staying Insane. If you're still listening, we appreciate you. Bad with numbers. But today we talk about sentimental things in our lives, things we've made, things we own, things we have possession of, maybe from an older generation, but it's one of my favorite episodes. I think you'll like it too. So you should listen to the end, like and subscribe. Thank you, bye.
What is up, boys?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I am slowly losing it, but that's all right.
That's why it's called Staying Insane. So.
Yep. So we're here, and I think I'm gonna take the reins tonight. Yeah, this was my idea for an episode, so we're gonna have a little show and tell tonight. And I've asked the guys to acquire a couple of things for me ahead of time. So I want to hear about something you guys enjoy, like a hobby or something like that. And I believe you guys have picked out a couple of things for us. So, Eddie, you want to start this one off?
Let the little adopted one go first.
Okay.
Oh, you start, bitch.
You start, bitch.
God.
I gotta grab something anyway, so you go.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose I'll start with it definitely is my most recent project. The whale in the background, based on you guessed it, a Coldplay video. It's based on a music video for a song called Daddy, and as judged as the internet now is, and will hear that word and immediately be like, oh wow, Coldplay, didn't know they were like that. It actually is a really, moving song about... The music video is basically this little girl who is, lost in the ocean, and this whale comes and finds her and, helps her swim, and then they, take off into the sky together and, fly into space. It sounds weird. It's actually one of the most moving, emotional things ever. Some of the words are, Daddy, are you out there? Daddy, won't you come and play? It's just like saying, you're so far away. I still need you. So I think, there's a lot of different ways you could take the artistic interpretation, but it was at a time in life where I was very lost myself and was using Daddy a lot. No, I'm just kidding. But I was very lost myself, and play always comes along in the times where I'm really down, and I'll sometimes find songs that I've listened to for years but that hit differently. I'm sure you guys can relate to that, where it's just wow, yeah, this is I get it now, or this hits a different way than it used to. But very much in a way became this project to where I was going from being inside every day, doing nothing, just sleeping, eating, getting fat. Obviously, that's still happening. But other than that, it was I started to work out. Yeah, I know, right? This was weird, but I was working out every morning, and I was going to the basement, just I have a workshop down there, and I was just grinding out this whale, longer and harder than I've ever grinded out a project ever. I was down there 8 hours not eating. Sounds unhealthy, but if you're an artist, you'll get it. Just don't realize. It's not I'm so hungry, but I just will. You're just oh wow, it's been 8 hours that I haven't eaten, and now I have to sleep. So it was kind of my way of finding myself again back into who I was as an artist, and finding my way back into art, and just reconnecting with the world, not just being this lost fat person who eats for comfort. Well, I really say that because I'm still a fat person who eats for comfort sometimes, but it helped me reconnect a lot more with my happy side. I was a lot happier during that, and I went through a really rough breakup, and it kind of really got me out of it in a big way. I was real, depressed and stuff, and then I would just, even though things didn't feel right, I just kept building this whale. And then it was kind of the first thing that felt right for a couple couple months when I could like sit back and look at the final product. That's probably the first like super meaningful thing to me. If Eddie, you want to go into something that you have created, because Eddie is quite the creator himself as well. We all are. That's the point of the episode.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've talked about it before, but one of my favorite hobbies is woodworking, and it's something that I used to hate with a fucking burning passion, and then something happened in 9th grade, I all of a sudden fucking loved it again. So, some of my probably best creations are, one, the desk that my setup currently is on. I made it in 11th grade, I think. It's shown its age. I had really shit material back then that I thought was the best, but obviously isn't. Like the glue seams are all splitting apart. I've had to reattach these legs like 4 or 5 times because the high school we go to just use really low quality fucking glue. So, but
Yeah.
my one of my favorite pieces is this little wooden rook here. This is actually the first piece I ever turned on a lathe. I mean, it's probably about 4.5 inches tall. Not very big. It was something I finally got out, and for wood turners out there, doing lathe work is always scary because, as personal experience shows, if you don't have that thing tightened on there correctly, it can hit you right in the fucking face. It was when I was doing this piece here, that king. The reason you can't see it from here, but that top is a separate piece. So when I was doing that, I had it only supported on one side. My tool got gouged in it, and actually it came up, slung up, hit me right here. I thought I'd crushed my windpipe. I mean, I could not breathe for like a solid 7 minutes. I was like,
Man, that's rough, dude.
But wood turning's honestly one of the funnest things I've ever done. It's just a lot of fun. And Adam, I get what you're saying with the whole, it's been 8 hours.
Yeah.
I did this in one day. I started, I would say probably 10 o'clock. Next thing I knew, it was 6:30 at night. So it was one of those things like, it's like you're like, your body's like, you're hungry, you need to eat. You're just like, I need to make sure I get this perfectly fucking round or I will fucking kill myself. So, but a few other things I made is I made this little shot glass, and I was fucking around with an engraver on the one side. I mean, you can't drink out of it because I didn't use a food-safe finish, so you will poison yourself if you drink out of it. I found that out the hard way. But it was just it was a scrap piece of wood I had laying over from a different project, and I was like, fuck it, I'll throw this on there. So it turned out pretty good. And then another piece I made that I'll show, and I may go down and get another one, but that could be for later. This little cup right here. I made this out of cherry. I sanded it to 1,000 grit, and my god, is it the smoothest thing fucking ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you guys have felt it before.
I've felt
it's super fucking smooth.
It's
and
like
I didn't put any finish on it yet, so it could be used as a cup.
It's like so odd to feel it, because like you pick it up and you're like, oh, this is wood, but it doesn't feel like it at all. It just feels like
it feels plasticky almost.
Yeah.
How smooth it is. So
it's you can't feel any of the pores like you normally would on any other sort of piece of wood. Or the grain or anything. It's just the strangest thing.
But for my hobbies, those are my 3 favorite pieces, and then I have a few other like smaller, like bigger items that obviously this bookshelf my father and I made when I was younger. But a lot of my other stuff has been sold because I used to do commissions. And I just have pictures of them. I don't think I have them on this phone, but I have them someplace. So those are my favorite things I've probably created so far. I am working on a project here that I started, I would say, about a month ago. I'm not going to give any spoilers because it may be for somebody in this call, but I think it's going to be nice. So.
Is it a rocking horse?
Totally a rocking horse.
Oh, I hate myself.
Oh man.
Now what about you, Jeremy?
Okay, so I have a few things that I've made hobby-wise. So the biggest one and probably the most impressive one is I made this guitar, and for anyone listening, this is just a big piece of, I think it's pine, I believe. It's really light. It's a really light guitar. I made this during college. And for anyone watching, I did the engraving and inlaying. This is wormy chestnut. These diamonds along the fretboard here. And then the fretboard itself is rosewood, and then it's stained in a sunburst type pattern, yellow to red, or yellow to orange to red on the front and back, and on the neck and stuff too, even on the back of the neck. I made this in college. It was a class I could take, and it was really, really cool because you start with a block of wood, or 2 blocks of wood, one for the neck and one for the body, and you start literally from scratch, and they're like, okay, we're gonna use a router, a hand router, and carve out the shape, and then you're gonna spend a couple days contouring the body, and you do all that sort of stuff. And they offered different finish styles. They offered to do like hydro dipping, if anyone's familiar with that. You do like film of some sort of paint or lacquer, and then you lay that on water, and you dip your part in, and it lays the pattern right on the part. They offered like painting, staining, and stuff. A neighbor to my parents' house, he's actually a master woodworker, and he's done work for previous presidents. I think he worked with Clinton at one point, or maybe the first Bush. I can't remember which one. He's done like lots of different work for lots of really important people. And he actually helped me do all the wood staining and the lacquering for this finish. Helped me.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, he
I've
helped
seen
me
it
do.
in person.
Yeah, and it's so this is like my proudest moment I've ever had. I have a picture of myself right after I got it home, after I finished it, of myself going like this, and I was like super excited, holding it all up, and it was it's like the first real thing I could have forever that I had made. Before that, everything else had been, I'll have this thing and then pitch it a year later because it's not really worth it. Like, I learned how to do all the intonation. Like, that's the raising and lowering of the strings to the fretboard. Like, if you lay the guitar flat on his body, and the height of the strings from the fretboard depend on, like, the bend in the neck, and you have to adjust it, take the neck off, and readjust it, put it back on. It's a whole process. Inlaid all the frets myself, and it was such a project to undertake, and we did it in a semester, but it was only like you got like 5 or 6 hours a week to work on it, and then you could come in on your own time and do the work. Like the recesses for these fret inlays, I had to go in on my own time because no one knew how to do the laser cutter there, or like couldn't leave to go take me to do it, so I had to wait until someone was in the lab to go do it. It was so I had to do a couple things on my own. I even have you can't really tell right now because some of them are worn off. I even had to do like the inlaid ivory dots for the positions of each of the frets.
Good lord.
Yeah, it was a process. I did all the electronics myself. All the soldering and hooking up your potentiometers for your volume control, and the actual pickups and stuff. I've thought about putting new pickups in it, like better, like humbuckers or something like that, but I've just never gotten around to it.
Okay.
So this is like my big thing that I've made in the last, I don't know, decade or so. I think I made this 5 years ago.
Somewhere around
4
there.
or
I remember
5
you were
years
still
ago?
you were still in the old apartment when you first had it.
Yeah,
so.
I was at the community college is where they had the class, and it's no longer a class there. I was the last year that they did this.
Huh.
Yep. So that is my big thing that I've made. So going from that, our next topic is going to be...
I have a quick aside. For anybody who has never sseen hydro dipping, I highly suggest you look it up on YouTube because
cool.
It is absolutely cool to watch. It's just you think that would never work, but it just ends up working anyway. So just look up hydro dipping on YouTube and you'll find tons of
Any
videos.
video.
Of it, so.
Literally any video is the best. I have more items too if you need more. Have more items too if you need.
Oh, stuff you made?
Yeah, stuff I made. Yeah.
God damn it, Stanley.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like, "Damn it, Adam, we've been through this too much." So I picked like 3 things, I guess, that I still like keep no matter what. The second thing, I guess, would be. I'm not gonna really get out and show because it was kind of more of a personal thing, but I can explain it and stuff. But
Good.
I have only ever been to one school dance, and it was a homecoming dance with a girl I am no longer with. At the time, I'm a true cheesy romantic type dude. So at the time, meant like everything to me. I used to only make girls my thing, and that was it. So, the whole big thing of the dance is like getting the corsage and getting everything to match and all that. So, being the artistic, stupid, romantic type of guy I was, I went through and drew comic sheets of like every big moment that I could remember in our relationship with this girl. Like how we met or like our first kiss and like all that kind of stuff. And I went through and I just drew it all into like a comic book style thing. And then I photocopied like 20-30 sheets of this. And I folded and then like paper mache would be the best way I could explain it. Paper mache wrapped and glued flowers into a corsage. And then I took watercolor paint, because her dress was like a beige color, and a beige and a gold. I colored some of the flowers to make it like match like that. So at the end, it was just like flowers, but had like all of our memories and stuff on it. And I mean, I guess I could show it. It's right here.
Eddie, can you turn your video
This
on and
is
Yeah, I can.
this is the box that it was made in the final. It's like all this is comic of how we met. You might be able to tell better on the bottom. Comic and words from songs and stuff that we listened to. But this was her corsage for the dance.
Nice.
It has white.
I'm not gonna lie, Adam, that's pretty fucking awesome.
That is actually I've never seen anybody else do that.
Nah.
Yeah, I wanted to be unique and original, and
Holy shit,
so-
brother.
the whole box was paper mache made with comics on it too. But we since have moved our separate ways and broken up and such. But I have still kept it because even though things didn't work out between us, it was still one of the most meaningful times of my life, and I've learned a lot from this person. And have also had a lot of great memories with her. So as much as, things didn't work out, I still always want to remember that time that we did have together. So I feel like that was one of the most meaningful things I meant, because it was, and I mean, she was nice enough to return it when we broke up and not like burn it or something. So
If nothing else, that's a testament to your artistic ability. Like, that's wicked, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I've never seen anybody else do something like that.
Thank you.
I will
appreciate it.
say, if I was a woman and a man did that for me, my panties would hit the floor almost immediately.
I had a lot of guys come up to me at the dance and just, "Hey, bro, nice." I was like, "Thanks, guys." Yeah. And I made my matching. I don't know what the guy one's called, but I had like a couple. Yeah, I
Boutonniere.
had that somewhere too, but that one's not important. But yeah, I had. It was pretty cool, and it never died. So like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Spend
they last like a day, if
Yeah,
that.
and then it's just ugly. Yeah.
Spend 60, sometimes $80 on those fucking things.
Yeah.
They're so stupid expensive.
That was where the original idea came from. Is I wanted to make something that wasn't gonna die, that she could have forever. So that's where that came from.
That's still pretty cool, man.
So
You got
Yeah.
anything else?
I mean, yeah, I do have another thing. There's a game out there. I know this already sounds dumb. A lot of people, not you guys, but there's a game called Unraveled, and it's all about this little character.
Oh shit! I know that game.
Yeah, it's all about this little character made of yarn, and as you play through the level, it gets unraveled. So he's like, the farther and farther you get through the level, he's unraveling the whole time. Like, the meaning behind the game is like, you could just watch the game and be like, oh, it's a cute little, fun little game, and it is actually amazing, but like, meaning behind it is no matter like how far you get from home, there's always like something connecting you back that will lead you back, and it's like a whole meaningful thing behind love. So again, at one point during this relationship, I was inspired as shit by this game, and I go, I need to show her this meaning. So I made her the main character from the game, gave it to her, even though she had never played the game, never seen any of it. I just said, there's this game, and this is the meaning, and so I wanted to give it to you. But I made my own version of the unraveled character from the game out of chicken wire, and just what the actual guy made it of. The guy who presented the game at E3 brought his own version of this guy, and he explained how he made it. And it's really not that impressive, like, creation-wise. It's literally just yarn and chicken wire. It just had such a meaning behind it, and the game had such a meaningful message behind it that I was like, I really want to make that and give it to her. And again, she was nice enough to return that to me at some point too. So I have these two really meaningful things, because even the game has so much meaning to me in general. It wasn't just that relationship. I was just like, this is just a small indie game. It has such an amazing message to it. And I was like, we all definitely have that thing that leads us back home, that is like that really meaningful thing that always connects us home, no matter where we'll go in the world or how far away we'll be. We'll always have that yarn, hypothetically, that leads us back to like someone we love or some place we love. So, yeah,
I think at this point, mine isn't yarn. It's probably like high industrial strength rope.
yes, I agree with that.
But no, that is awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so those are the three things I grabbed, just thinking about what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Dear audience, I will let you know that those two stories you heard were actually the first time I heard those same stories.
Same.
So,
yeah, I
feel blessed.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't talk about it a lot.
No, but those are awesome, dude. Like,
Thank you.
I can't do that kind of stuff. I could work with my hands and make stuff, but I can't. I can't paper mache. I can't. Mm-mm.
I knew you were gonna go there.
Yep. Things get weird every time. But I can't do any of that artistic stuff. Not like that, at least. Like, that's really awesome, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys, the love. I appreciate it.
Okay, so we did cool things we've made already.
Mm-hmm.
So next, something of sentimental value or that has like an interesting story behind it.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
Do you guys have anything in your in your possession that has like significant sentimental value to you? If you want me to go first, I can.
Give me 1 second. I did not think about this part.
I do. It's all good, man. All good.
Luckily, I always have it close at hand, though.
Yeah.
So, you guys go ahead. I'm good now.
Adam, do you want to go ahead first, or do you want to go grab it?
You go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So when I graduated from my college, and then when I got my first job, my first like big boy job, my mother and father gave me a couple really, really interesting pieces that I never ever thought about until they gave them to me. But they gave me both of my great-grandfather's pocket watches.
Oh, wow.
I remember you and I talking about this one night.
So these are the two pocket watches that belong to my mom's grandfathers. So her mom's dad and her dad's dad.
Okay.
Mom's dad, dad's dad. So they're really interesting. This one, I don't know if we'll be able to get it on camera or not, but it's like got a really interesting engraving of like a duck hound, like looking at a mallard and stuff, and it's this really nice long gold chain, and a little, even comes with like a little pocket knife for some reason. It's like a pen knife for or a pencil knife to like cut down a pencil. And it's got super intricate detailing on the back. I don't know if my camera, there it is. That's a nice image there. Like rosettes and all sorts of interesting things. So this one's really cool. It was just one of those things, like, I never thought about it because I've seen it in her, that she had like had it and got it whenever they died. Or, you know, their possessions got split up between the grandkids and the great-grandkids and stuff. I'd always seen it, and it was just like one of those things like, but then she gave it to me, and it was really cool. And I'm like the only one of the family who would actually enjoy any of this kind of stuff, like the sentimental stuff that was like family members stuff, you know.
Okay.
Maybe one of my sisters, but like the boys and my younger sister, they're not really into it.
Okay.
And then this one even it's an even older style of pocket watch, just really plain, really generic, but it still is one that uses keys to both set the time on the front and wind it in the back. So you would open it up, and one of these keys is to wind it, and the other one you would open the front, which I might not be able to do. Yeah, it's a little too tight right now, and I don't want to pry it. But you actually have to put it on the pin that goes through both of the hands to turn the hands to set the time to the correct time.
Okay.
So it's a 2-key style, and I just thought it was really cool too. So that's my like sentimental value kind of thing.
Okay.
So those will go to my daughter at some point, or if I have any other kids, whoever wants them. But
okay.
Those were like, you know, I got those at the two kind of big moments in my life, you know, graduating college, and then, you know, getting my first real job, and I'd had it for a while, and it wasn't like, oh, I got it, and then a month later, you know, they canned me and got to go find something else. It was like, you know, they were sure of me having that job. So it was really interesting, really awesome that my parents did that for me. So
yeah, that is awesome. That is super awesome.
Who wants to go next, boys?
Adam?
Yeah, I could go. So I thought of two things off the top of my head. You know, there's probably things that are gonna hit me like next week, or gonna be like, because I did that a lot this week with who we'd want to meet if we could meet anybody. I was like, but again, we're going for a sec more into cheesy relationship stuff. I've been in like 4 serious relationships, counting the one I'm in.
Okay.
I have two of the 3 past promise rings that I have gotten girls. And I know this is automatically, a lot of people are going to be turned off to that idea. They're going to be like, wow, this guy. Whoops. I'm not even going to lie. I'm a total sucker for attachment. A lot of times, I've been told through therapy and people that it comes from adoption and reactive attachment disorder, whatever that actually is. I hear a lot of that, and I like to just brush it off. Like, I never like to use it as an excuse, and I never like to hear like, oh, this stuff that happened to you that you don't remember but happened, it messed you up forever. It's like, it just seems like excusey. Like, that just seems like you're trying to make me feel okay for something that I have a problem with now. But I can get attached extremely quickly. So, you know, even though my longest relationship has probably been like 2 years or like 4 years on and off, every girl I've been with, I was like 100% sure I was going to marry. And I was like, I wanted to show in every possible way, like, I am with you no matter what. I'll admit, 100%, it's not just like I'm finding all these girls who just leave me. I'm not the best friend ever, haven't been in the past. I'm, you know, constantly working on being better. So it's not just like everyone left. That's not to say that every single one didn't break up with me, because they did, but I'm not... I just don't want, if any of you out there know these people, I don't want you to just automatically just assume they're just trash, because they're not. They're all great people. And will always be a part of me that cares for each and every one of them. So having each of those, as messed up and as hurt as it has made me through life, as much of an issue as I have with past relationships and fear of loss because of them, still it means a lot to me to know that the promise still exists, even though not in the way it was intended. So my promise in the way is to always care and love for who that person was when we were together will always be around. Am I saying I would be in a relationship with them again? No, because it just isn't meant to be that way. But it's the fact, that I met these 3 amazing people in my life, and I'll learn tons from each and every one of them, and was shaped as who I am now from each one of them is special to me. And as much as I make it this thing like, oh, it just ruined me and crushed me, and I am very sad about, if I really think about it, I got pretty lucky to have 3 amazing people, and I'm even luckier to have the person I'm with right now. And they still have their ring, so I don't have hers. Yeah, like, and my dad is the same way. We've had talks about it, and he said he thought he was going to marry every single girl he was with too, and then just one day he actually did. It wasn't and as like cheesy as it may sound, he said it didn't feel any different. It just actually worked out. He said every girl he thought was going to be mom, and one who is because it all fit. And I'm the same exact way. Every girl I was with, I was like, oh, marrying her, work out, marrying her. I feel the same way with the one I'm with now. I'm like, yeah, we're probably gonna get married. And I mean, a lot of you out there might be like, wow, this guy, which if you are, I understand. Second, like, most meaningful thing I'd probably say is this hat. This hat is from a little show I did called Fiddler on the Roof, where I played the main character of Tevye. If you don't know Fiddler on the Roof, it's a great show about Jewish culture, and I'm not Jewish, first of all, so it's not like I'm gonna get into this big thing. Jewish culture, and like right on the tail end of when the Holocaust began. Show is, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it ends on a note that you wouldn't think the show would end on. You always expect there to be like a little like, there's hope, and this show is like, wow, they're okay. At the end, but I loved every second of the show. The show, honestly, was genuinely some of the best moments of my entire life. And the way I got this hat was a pretty cool story too. I went to a suit shop, like a real nice dressy shop around here that I got same place I went to get my suit for homecoming, same place I went to get like shoes for funerals, stuff like that. I went to look because like I was like, the minute they announced the show, I was set. I was like, I'm gonna be authentic as crap. I was like looking up that kind of hats they had in Fiddler movies or other Fiddler musicals. We found this one, and it was pretty freaking close to like the one that most Tevyes would wear. I was like, I gotta get this hat, and it was like a $80 hat, I think. It's an expensive as shit hat. So I get to the counter, and I'm like telling the guy. First of all, one of the nicest guys ever. If you guys know who I'm talking about, I'll tell you the shop afterward because I don't want to give it away.
I think I know which one.
I know where you're talking about.
Yeah, you definitely know what I'm talking about. I'm like telling him, and he's like, "Well, yeah, he was a very poor man, and he wouldn't have the money to afford that hat, would he?" And I was like, "No, he wouldn't." And I was like, I just thought he was, and he's just like, "Yeah, so you're good to go." And I was just like, I kept talking, and Mom like had this look on her face. I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Did you hear what he just said?" And I was like, "Yeah, he said." I was like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Yeah, just take it." Like, oh my god, dude. He's
really?
like, yeah, it's yours. Yeah. Just
Wow.
gave me the hat. And so I mailed him tickets to the show, and he actually came and saw it as well on one of the nights. So yeah, like that whole time of my life, including that, because nobody else had any costume pieces until like a week before show night.
Yeah.
This is me like 5 months before opening night. I went and got this hat. And so I like had it through all the rehearsals, all the stuff. I was wearing this hat and people were like, this guy. Like I had the boots. I was like ready for showtime. But it has been through like hours and hours of rehearsal. every up and down of the show, every ash bottle, every panic moment, every great moment, every tear shed. It just really was on like a memorabilia from one of the best times of my life, and I could say that confidently, only being almost 21. I could say that will forever go down as one of the greatest times ever. But yeah,
I will also say that you killed it as Tevye.
Yeah, for sure.
Very good.
My mother, even very recently, asked, and it was like, was he the one who did the main guy in Fiddler on the Roof? I was like, yeah, that was Adam. And she was like, oh man, he was just amazing in that show. And she said you were great in Donkey too. So it shows through, brother.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes. Making me blush tonight.
Oh man, you got anything else, or you want?
Yeah, those are the two things I could really think of.
Okay.
Just meaningful stuff I had. I don't, again, I don't know like the family I really came from as much, so there isn't as many like passed down memorabilia type things.
Yeah, well, yeah, but okay.
Yeah, so like those are just meaningful things that have happened in my life that shaped hugely who I am today. And the bads.
Cool. Yeah. What about you, Eddie? What's your little sentimental piece there?
I have a few. I'm gonna start with the sadder ones, just to get them out of the way. If I do choke up, I apologize. But right here is a newspaper clipping from our actual high school newspaper. It is the clipping after our friend Jeremy and our friends died. Our junior year. So I kept it. I always make sure it's safe. Any time I've ever had like a fire scare, make sure I know this box right here is where I keep all my important stuff. So I know to grab it. The second one is, and I'm going to try and cover up the name, but the memorabilia card from my great grandmother's funeral. She died March 20th, 2014, which is literally right before we graduated. So those are probably my two like sad memorabilia things, and I always like to keep them. Funny story about this card is I went to the funeral in my jacket like I would do for anyone, and I put this card in my pocket. Well, I never took it out. Didn't realize it. I went to a Christmas concert at my boss's church, and we were in the side house having dinner like they always do. No, Stanley, stay over there. And I felt something in my pocket. I went like this, felt something in my pocket, and I felt this card. Didn't know what it was. I pulled it out, and like I had to choke back tears because I mean it was still pretty fresh, but it's something that I've always enjoyed. It's kind of one of the last pieces I have from her. Another thing I have from her that is actually out on my front porch was made from my mom, but mom didn't want it, or she gave it to me. I can't remember which one happened. It's a rock that she painted. It's one of the last. My great grandmother was a artist, and a very good artist at that. She loved hummingbirds, and loved painting scenery. So it sits out on my front porch. I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but it sits out there. So all right, now from the sappy shit. This is a tie clip, and
can't see it, buddy.
You can't see it. You
Nope.
Can't see me at all. Or just can't see it.
You're frozen.
I'm frozen.
Yeah. So go ahead and describe it.
It's just It's honestly just a plain silver tie clip. It has 2 bars on it, and that's it. The reason this one's important is because when I was 12, I was either 12 or 13, I got accepted into my church as a member. The thing is, when you do that, you have to be baptized. I never knew I wasn't baptized when I was younger. So my grandmother gave me this as congratulations for going through the classes to become a member of the church and for my baptism. So I don't wear it very often, but I have it. It's something I always keep with me. Next is this little Zippo lighter that I stole from my dad when I was, I think, 12. I've had it forever. I remember, and if Dad, you're listening to this, this is where the Zippo went. He questioned me about it for a couple of weeks. I stole it and then actually forgot about it. And right before my dad's house caught on fire in 2018, they were trying to get like all the kids shit out of it because like we didn't live there with them anymore. And this was in the box of stuff that I took from my dad's house, and I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot this thing was in there. It was hidden in my nightstand. And then last but not least, I have this silver dollar here, which I don't know if a lot of people watching this remember it, but a silver dollar is just that. It's a $1 coin that they don't produce anymore. I think they stopped producing it in like early 2000s, maybe late 90s.
I think it was before that. Yeah,
But,
I don't know exactly.
I think one of my family members gave me this for a birthday or something like that. I don't remember where I got it exactly, but I've had it literally forever.
Is that your lucky coin?
No, this isn't my lucky coin. I think you're thinking of the coin of many decisions. I have a coin that I flipped that it decides many things. It's the coin of many decisions. No, that I actually got from my grandfather, because that's when the gold dollars first came out. So, but other than that, I don't really have anything of sentimental value. I mean, there's also this box chain. This goes with me every day. This is the first box chain necklace my mom ever bought me. And then I guess the last thing would be this bracelet I wear all the time, which I'm sure you guys have seen before. It's a copper bracelet. It was my grandfather's. He passed last year. Today's actually his birthday. So it's been a rough day for our family. But he wore it because he had heart problems and arthritis. So, and there goes Adam.
Oh,
Adam's back.
Somewhere.
I didn't hear anything that was being said for some reason.
Yeah, Discord's being real weird tonight.
Yeah,
it was being weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh well.
But yeah, that for me that would be about it. The copper bracelet is probably one of the most important things because my grandfather used to wear these every day. Luckily he had 3, so all 3 of the kids got one. So I have one, my brother has one, and my sister has one. So, but I think that's about it for me.
So 1964 is when they stopped minting silver quarters, or silver coins in general.
Oh no, it's not actually silver, I don't believe, because this was minted 1976. It's just a full dollar.
Oh, it's just a dollar coin. Okay, I thought it was a silver dollar. That's that's a little different.
I've heard them called that before.
Right, yeah.
Because that's what they used to be. Up until 1964, all coins had some percentage of actual silver in them, making them worth something.
Okay.
And then after that, it's like silver quarters are 1964 and before, and then 65s and earlier, or in later, like more present day. They're not silver; they are the nickel or whatever. That's in them. That's why, you can tell the difference. You can hear it audibly. The difference.
Oh yeah.
If you throw a silver quarter down on the table versus a more like a 2020 quarter.
Yeah.
Totally different ring. And you can hear it. Like I've gotten them a couple of times just in change and gotten them in my pocket, and I can like hear it jingling differently.
Yeah.
It's its own unique pitch, and it's really, really interesting.
Speaking of the dollar coin, though, someone paid with that at the beer distributor the other day.
Did you take it? Did you change a dollar out?
No, I just took a dollar.
Was it the gold one or was it the big one I had?
Yeah, it was the big kind you had. Because Tyler came back and he went, how much is this worth? And I went, that's a dollar coin. He goes, and he went back out. He's like, okay, that's $1. And I was like, wait a second. That's so. I'll send you a picture of it tomorrow because there's
change, yeah.
The change section.
there's all the regular ones, and then there's just this huge coin in the side. And they're like, I don't know where to. I guess here.
If anybody there doesn't want it and John doesn't mind, I'll actually trade it out for $1. Fuck, I'll give you $5 for it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I think
he wouldn't care.
Cool, so.
Yeah, he wouldn't care even if you just took it, honestly, because like they don't count the change as money value.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah, it's like part of the till. It's just arbitrary.
Yeah.
Oops. Sorry, Small. My cat's.
Maybe I'll have William and stop by and grab that tomorrow.
Nice. Okay, so getting away from the sappy stuff, your little
Yeah, sorry about
sentimental
that.
stuff. Last one, and then I think we'll do our final Fat Boy Corner for quite a while here. I want to know, do you guys have any like special objects from a hobby that's just interesting? That doesn't, isn't like your sentimental thing. Maybe it's just, this cool thing that you have that goes with your hobby, or maybe it's a special item that's like very different that maybe is your kind of thing. So if you guys need a minute to go grab it,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'll put a mark in for us.
I'm trying to think if there's anything in particular.
So, do one of you want to go first?
We'll stick with the theme.
Okay. I have two things that are kind of like just interesting to me. One is kind of in what I do, but the other one isn't. My mother. Oh, you're all gonna hate me for this, but I don't know where she brought this back from. I know is it looks like an urn. It looks like I have someone's ashes with me and I'm about to show it off. But for those of you just listening, it is very, very tiny piece of like carved, I think marble, like pottery-esque, just a little knick-knacky pot. And
Okay.
just in art classes, chiseling, carving, and pottery are all a bit hard. Like usually I can they're like new art form, try it, and I just catch on and I'm like, oh, artsy, and I can do it. Oh my god, pottery sucks asshole. I respect the shit out of anybody who does it. If you ever just look up videos of people doing pottery, like it is mesmerizing as hell, but it is also like if you try it and then watch it, it is mesmerizing as hell. Pottery
Okay.
is so freaking hard. There's probably some of you out there who's like, it's not that hard. Shut up. No. I genuinely, I loved every second of it, even though I was so horrible at it. Like, my bowls were just, like, really wobbly, like, kind of like plates, basically.
Okay.
But it was so fun to do. My hands were, like, bleeding by the end of it.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get the right kind of clay. We had, like, a little bit of grit in the clay. So you get that spinning fast enough, and you do it for, like, I was skipping gym. I was like going down to gym, getting a pass, and then going back up to art to do more pottery. I mean, obviously I skipped gym now, but like me and the art teacher's hands were bleeding, but we were like still doing it because we're just artsy and blah. That's the first thing that's really cool. And then this other thing, which will be a lot cooler to you, it's this very nice handcrafted wooden box from Budapest. It has coins from every country. There's a lot of freaking coins in here. There's some from like everywhere. It's from my very healthy, very deserving aunt and uncle who travel and do lots of good things with their money instead of be like trashy people. They're some of the nicest people ever. They travel everywhere. Went to Budapest and street vendors sold this to them. And it's one of these ones that doesn't just open. There's a lot of sliding, twisting, turning, unlocking, finding secret keys, putting secret keys in secret holes, and then opening. And it has coins, like, a lot of places in it. Like, I wish I knew the exact thing. I just know if you open it, there's a lot of foreign languages and foreign things.
Okay.
I don't open it a lot, specifically because I feel like this is important, and if I open a lot, I'll lose it.
Yeah.
It's just... It was one of the coolest things I've ever gotten because he just went, some money in here, open it, and then left. I was like, for like the next hour, I was like, wait, what? Then I slowly figured out that like, I would show it, but it'd be crappy on this camera, and listeners just listen, they're like, okay, you're an asshole. But, it's like a puzzle box, basically, but it is still, like, I take it everywhere. Whatever room I consider like my go-to room now is my bedroom. Wasn't always though. I would always put it in there because I'd be like, "This is a cool thing I own." I love that thing, and the fact that it's like not just something I found at a dollar store. It's from like Budapest.
That's really cool.
Yes, yeah, it's really awesome. Yeah,
I've always admired those puzzle boxes, specifically because I'm a puzzler. Like
Yeah,
I
true.
like
You very
like
much
I have a
are.
random, just a weird Rubik's Cube here. You know, and I always have puzzles like around, so you know, I always love those, the sliding, and you know, oh, here's this hidden key that does this weird thing, and it doesn't just turn, it like you slide it up and then turn it and then slide it back down, or you know, those are always really cool.
I got a
Yeah,
quarter
yeah, it
way
really
through
is.
making one of those, and then I fucking threw it on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I bet. I can imagine.
All right,
Because
Eddie.
wood's not the most malleable thing, and it doesn't like to work.
Alex.
One tool that I find myself using a lot more is it's a little hammer/claw. And actually, funny story. This is my great grandfather's. I got it in a box full of his tools. And it was one of those things I was like, oh, I think this is pretty cool. It was like, I'll probably never use it. I've got like 6 hammers. It's like, why would I ever use this little thing? But it's come in handy more times than I thought. So, the other thing that is really important is my lathe work tools. I have more lathe tools than the one I'm going to show you guys, but those ones I got from my Grammy's husband's father.
Okay.
But this one I actually made. Obviously, I ordered this. This is a carbide bit. And for those people who don't know anything about wood turning, carbide bits are better for doing smoother things because you don't have to sharpen the blades. All you have to do is replace them. So it's a
like
million
an
times
insert,
easier.
Is it one of those insert tooling things?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly what it is. So I ordered this part, but it didn't come with a handle. So I actually turned the handle myself. And the wood was still a bit green, so it's got a huge crack running down the middle of it. But it doesn't negate it in any way or anything like that. But this has probably become my favorite turning tool. I think because I made it, and also it's one of my best tools because I'm really shit at sharpening my tools.
Really shit at sharpening my tools.
It's an easy thing to be shit at, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they're like the bowl gouges and stuff, which you would use the majority through the project. They're curved and they have a certain angle. I think it's like a 23-degree angle you have to keep. It's fucking weird. All right.
Ew.
And I don't have any jigs, so I'm doing this shit freehand.
Yeah, no.
Because like a sharpening jig, the lowest one I saw on Amazon, which didn't look too reliable, was like $35. And it was coming from overseas, so knowing my luck, it would either not show up, or it would show up and be like 6 times smaller than it actually said it was going to be. Which I've had happen before. I actually ordered another set of lathe tools that ended up being 8 inches long. And I was like, in total. And I was like, oh, these are cool. I can use these for fine detail work, but they're not exactly what I fucking need, so.
Let me get my nails done with these. Jeremy?
Oh man.
Yeah, Jeremy, what you got, buddy?
So I have the first item I ever received that started off a absurd collection that I own. So you guys probably know what this is, and most of the audience probably doesn't. So I grew up in the 90s, and as a 90s boy, you know, you eventually watch cartoons. And Saturday morning cartoons included one of the best shows I ever watched as a kid, Power Rangers. So,
Yes.
Power Rangers, when I finally got a job and acquired some money, about 5 or 6 years ago, probably 6 years ago, I got my first real job, like where I was making more than just, you know, the $20 from mowing a lawn. And at that time, it was also the 20th anniversary of Power Rangers. And Bandai, the company who produces all their toys, decided, wow, let's put out a legacy line, a reissue, and, you know, better versions of all their toys from then. So I have here my first item I ever received, and I got this for my birthday. This is the
Oh my God.
Mighty Morphin Legacy Megazord, and it's backwards on the screen for everybody watching, but I'll throw some pictures up. This is, it's still in the box, it's in here, I haven't taken it out. But it's I've opened it. No. I've opened it, but I haven't taken it out for the showing right now, just because this is easier. But I have it, and I've messed with it, and I have a lot of the other Legacy stuff. I have like the Dragon Zord that went with this. I have the Tiger Zord. I haven't gotten all of them because eventually they went from being like this was $50 brand new to being $150 for Titanus, which is the big white Bronchiosaurus or something that went with this from the first season of Power Rangers. So this is the thing that sparked my collection, and I have my third bedroom in my apartment here is about 25 feet long, and it's about 15 feet high ceilings in that room, and it shelves the whole way up and down, built into the wall. It's full of Power Ranger things, Megazords, and I have a Legacy Dragon Zord or Green Ranger dagger, Dragon dagger. I've
seen it. It's actually kind of cool.
I've got figures, and I've got all my old stuff from when I was a kid in there. I've also got other parts of my collection, like my Rubik's cubes are in that room on a shelf. I have all my books. Like I have some pretty interesting books. I have some weird physics books. I've got a book by Adam Savage in there. Bunch of stuff like that. Movies. I'm a huge movie guy. I still buy Blu-rays.
What's wrong with that?
As awful as some people may think that is, I still buy Blu-rays of movies I like. But this is the item that started it all. Before this, I didn't have any hobbies, really. I came home and played video games, and that was about it. This became...
Video games are a hobby.
Well, they are, but I didn't have anything I collected, and I didn't have anything that like actively sought out. Like a lot of my things are bought from private sellers online, from not just from eBay, but also from people on like Facebook, in different groups. Like there's a group literally that all they do is buy and sell Power Ranger things between different members.
Fire.
Yeah. So
should we tell the audience the story about this channel? Of the time before it was this channel?
Oh, that channel still exists. That other channel?
Oh, does it?
It still exists separately. It's a completely separate channel.
I thought you renamed it
Nope,
for this one.
Nope, it is still its own channel because I don't remember the login.
Fair enough.
You can actually
finding it.
Yeah, you can find it. Command Center Reviews was the old channel. This channel is from quite a long time ago. A couple of my friends and I, other friends, not these two, but my buddy Jake and David, they were in it with me, and they love Power Ranger stuff like I do too. And we just talked about different things that we remember as a kid or look back on as adults and remember old Power Rangers or different different series. Like we talked about Batman at one point, and we talked about Back to the Future at another, and Ghostbusters, and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. It's dead, where that will not come back, so don't ask. Excuse me for
Command Center Reviews coming back.
It won't, unless if this video gets 1,000 views, I will bring it back. But other than that,
Adam, we gotta make
set a timeline. You gotta set a timeline.
Okay. Today is May 22nd of 2020. If this gets 1,000 views by June 22nd of 2020,
oh boy,
you have a month.
So
I'll bring it back, and we can start reviewing my collection.
You're telling me I have a month to make about 900 accounts on YouTube.
They have to be verified accounts, though. You got to make it.
Shit.
You gotta make new emails for every single one and verify that it's a real account, and you gotta make them all subs to us.
Great, Eddie. We know what we're doing.
I don't think you know how much willpower I have.
Sending my entire YouTube channel over here.
But yeah, so that is the item that sparked my passion to nerdy things. Really, like, and I got that for, I want to say my 17th birthday.
Okay.
Was from David, another one of the guys on Command Center Reviews. He got that for me because it had just come out. So that was a a pretty interesting item that I never thought I would get, because like that's awesome that they're doing it, but like I don't really have the money for it right now. I'm not gonna go out and buy myself that thing. And then he got it for me, and I'm like, shit, I'm hooked. And then I probably have, I'm gonna say I probably have like $3,000 or $4,000 worth of stuff in my collection.
I can believe that.
That's a very conservative number, because it actually makes me upset on how much money is in that room on the shelves.
Proud.
But it's also awesome. So yeah, that's my item. So
Nothing wrong with collecting DVDs either. I have a collection of vinyl records. Everybody thinks those are out of date.
but
So
they're
they've
also
kind of made a
cool too.
comeback.
Yeah, they've made a comeback
They're all-
lately.
My mom, like when I first started collecting them, she was like, "My son this issue." It's like, these are from my childhood. What is he doing? No, she was actually super surprised. She's like, "Oh my god, I didn't even know you knew what those were." I was like, "You kidding me? I'm an '80s man. I'm not an '80s man, but yeah."
I collect souls because I'm a ginger. I knew Jeremy wasn't ready for that one. I almost killed him with that one.
Damn it, Eddie.
Oh.
All right. Well, so I think that moves us into Fat Boy Corner, and it's this is an issue that we're gonna have, obviously, because there aren't tons and tons of restaurants out there, and we're already 15 episodes in. We're gonna take a break on Fat Boy Corner. We're gonna do one right now, but I think we're gonna move it to be a not quite as often thing, maybe once or twice a month. Do it, just to give us more time and kind of spread out the segment, the thing. Spread that out so we can do it a little bit longer, other than like, have 20 episodes and then be like, random place that no one other than right where we live knows.
Right.
And that's the hard part, is like there's only a few like chain places that are around here. And I know there's quite a few restaurants that I've been to, because I'm a little fatty, that these two other gentlemen probably haven't been to. Just because, Jeremy, you don't go out a lot because you don't want to drag your kid out and stuff like that. And Adam, you live in the literal fucking boondocks, and you just got your fucking license. So.
Yeah, literally 20 years old.
So an example of something that is not around us is a Popeyes. There is no Popeyes around us.
I mean, there is one about halfway between here and New Jersey.
Yeah. So that's the other side of this. That's like, we live around Pittsburgh.
I'm sorry. Yes.
And
Around Pittsburgh.
so Pittsburgh to New Jersey, it's like 4 hours away. We're not driving to Popeyes.
Don't get me wrong. I would drive that far for food. I just don't have that much money to pay for gas to drive that far for food every day.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So for tonight, this is a smaller chain, and I don't even know. I think it's like a northeastern chain. I think it's like,
Yeah, I think it's only north.
yeah. So this is wow, my computer just went black for a second. That
We
was
saw
weird.
that.
So it is Firehouse Subs. So yeah, what do you guys get when you go there, or maybe
Adam?
get?
I've eaten here once.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't even eat there. Somebody got it and brought it to me. Spicy Cajun chicken.
Okay.
Great. It's and I've only heard good things about this place. I think every other restaurant probably that we've talked about, I've heard reviews, mainly good. But this one, I don't think anybody's ever been like, Firehouse Subs sucks, or like, not a fan. Everybody I know, even people who aren't fans of food, like my friend Shane, is thin as shit. I mean, actually, he got offended when I called him thin the other day, so he's actually fat piece of crap. Shane. My girlfriend, for instance, I swear, hasn't eaten in years. And she likes Firehouse Subs. So, I think, honestly, like, if you ever get the chance, just go. I really should go again. I know I'm kind of talking on my ass because I've only eaten food from there once, but I've only heard good things, too. So, hey, you probably have a little more insight than I do, obviously.
I have a question for you. Did you put anything else on it? Like, you just got the Cajun chicken and that was it? Or did you put,
I didn't even order.
Oh, okay.
They were just like, hey, we got subs. There's a spicy Cajun chicken. And I was like, I like chicken and spice sometimes. It's not inducing. Which I don't actually think it was even. So, hey, good reviews on both ends. My mouth and my asshole. We're happy. But I don't know exactly what was on it or anything. But I know it was a spicy Cajun thing.
Okay.
Probably ranch on it.
Something. I'm not exactly sure what they put on
I
that
don't
one.
know.
I've never had that one before.
I know, right?
yeah,
I'll have to go back and then let you know in the future on an episode.
Okay. Eddie, what do you normally get?
Easy claps for me. Number 2, New Yorker. It has pastrami. Shit, I just had it. Pastrami.
Sauerkraut.
No, there's no sauerkraut on it. Salami and I think ham.
That one.
And then
okay.
provolone. I love pastrami. Always have loved pastrami. I don't know why I do, but I just fucking do. And then I always make sure you get a pickle. It comes on the side, but their pickles are amazing. Lettuce, mayo, and onion.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what I get. And then I normally get a fountain drink. There's nothing really in particular I like there. They have one of the one around us has one of those Coke ones that you can do the mixing in.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could get like William's favorite combination is an orange vanilla Coke.
Which is good.
It's all right.
Vanilla Coke is good. Vanilla Pepsi's better though, but vanilla anything else Coke, no thanks. I can't. No.
It's all right. So, but
it's not terrible.
It'd be like dunking a dreamsicle in your Coke.
Kinda.
I mean, that's kind of what it is. A
Yeah.
little less creamy,
Right,
but
that's such a weird. Oh yeah. Ooh.
That's my order. What about you, Jeremy?
I've had a lot of their subs, but the one I always end up wishing I had ordered every time, even if the other one's good, is the Smokehouse brisket something. Cheddar and brisket. It's like their number one seller.
Yep. Very good.
It's like brisket and beef and just tons of cheddar cheese, and it's all like smoked and cooked up together, so it's all melting and gooey, and it's amazing. And it's got sautéed onions on it and something else, some barbecue sauce, and it's just so good. And I always put extra sautéed onions and peppers on it, just because it just makes it so much better.
It is very good. I've never ordered it myself, but William got it the one time, and William doesn't do leftovers, like, whatsoever. And I've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
So I ate it the next day, and it was delicious. Absolutely delicious. I actually used to have a bottle of their barbecue sauce that they actually make and sell. I used to have it in the fridge, but I ended up finishing it and never got more.
They sell their own sauce?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I respect restaurants that do that.
So when you go into this restaurant and you order your food, they have a bar of hot sauces and barbecue sauces. Like there's like 50 different sauces in this big caddy, like 3-step caddy thing, and you can put whatever you want on it after they do all the vegetables and stuff. It is amazing.
It is top.
It
Also,
is
try their chili. Their chili is
really
amazing.
good.
I will let you know, if anybody who's not tried this yet, their subs and sides are very heavy. So, don't go in there and order a lot of food if you're just a little bit hungry. I know that sounds dumb, but I've done it before. I've ordered my normal amount, not realized I'm that hungry, and like, shit, I gotta take this home. And then I'm like, sick, I get to take this home.
That would be like a Panera bread order.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Their whole shtick is like it's based around firefighters and like needing hearty foods, especially if they might only get to eat
And they fucking nailed it.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Go
real
there.
good.
I've
and
never been in the building.
their tables are weird. Their tables have Dalmatian print on them, which is a little off-putting.
It's because typically firehouses would have a Dalmatian of some
Yeah,
sort.
I know, I get it, but it's just like a little weird.
It is kind of weird, especially when you first go in. It's like, all right, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but it's a really good restaurant, and if you have not been there or have only tried one or two things, go try something new. All of it's good.
This is a
good.
5 out of 5 Fat Boy recommendation
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Adam,
'cause we all said good things.
Adam, we're taking you, and you're getting a better sandwich.
All right, add that to the mukbang list.
Yeah,
It's got to be up to at least 5 by now.
it's like 6 or 7 things now.
Yeah,
Um,
you can make videos out of all of them.
will do. So I think that's about it for our episode tonight. So thanks for everybody if you stuck around through the madness and through the odd collection of items that we have gathered to share with you guys this time. So if you guys want to throw some likes at us or comment and tell us about some of your sentimental things or your hobbies or anything like that, please do. Let us know what you guys think about Firehouse Subs if you want. So I think that's about it. So we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching, guys.
I love you.